Well, this next speaker who's going to come up, the way we found her was I called a buddy of mine. He was the general manager for Berkshire Hathaway. By the way, do you know what makes EXP so scary out there? Is the fact that there's 60,000 of us who have friends in real estate. I remember when I was a team leader for a previous company, appreciate them, 2 letters, don't have to get into it, but they start with KW. And they're a wonderful company, I'm dead serious. But here's the deal. I had an office of 500 people, and I was the one excited about growing the company, not the other 500, right, as a team leader. I have 60, us together, there's 60,000 of us that want to share the love, the encouragement, the ownership, the rising tide of this company with our friends. Anyone got any friends out there? So Chris Okamura joins EXP, resigns immediately. I've got franchise owners, I just shared the model with them, sold their franchises immediately, jettisoned them immediately. Manager after manager after manager, general manager after general, territory manager, quit their jobs immediately and came to EXP. Now that's a revolution. And Chris reaches out to somebody in Hawaii. Next thing I know, he's got hundreds of agents in Hawaii. I remember saying, which island? He goes, all of them. They get in their canoes and they book it, island to island, Ride that current. They get the Pacific wave thing going. And the reason Chris has a huge business is he found an amazing, beautiful, talented, mega superstar luxury agent in Waikiki that came from Keller Williams, my previous company, and now she's at EXP, and she is the heartbeat of the Hawaiian Islands. Help me welcome the amazing, beautiful Sherine Duncan, everybody! Woo!
Aloha! I'm so humbled to be on this stage. I'm so glad I can't see anybody out there. But I think I will have a lot of people relating with me today because I actually have been in the business a few years with EXP. And as you see, my numbers are not in the thousands, nothing like that. I have 561 in my group, and I've done that, doing it aloha style, I call it, actually. I'm going to talk today about attracting aloha style. My name is Sherine Duncan, and basically what I've done is just really done my best to work with the other agents on the other side. And I haven't gone all over the place trying to sponsor and recruit. I just keep selling houses, and along the way I end up attracting other agents, and some of them get all excited and you can't stop them, and it's great. So a little bit about me. I was actually born into real estate. I'm a 3rd-generation realtor, and I tried to not sell real estate. Instead, I got into the lending business. So I was in San Luis Obispo, California. I had a little mortgage company. I loved it, and thankfully I got out of that in 06, because you all know what happened in 07. So then I went into the title and escrow industry. I worked with Fidelity National Title. Some of you have heard of that company. And I ended up getting recruited, there's that word again, to Hawaii to be the state manager for the sales. So it was great. I got to go to all the islands and get to know the different top realtors, something I had already done my whole life, right? So I got tired of managing, honestly. It's like herding cats. It's really hard to manage. Taking those manager positions are just, not what they're cooked up to be, yeah. But I still love Fidelity, but I started selling homes. My dad was so happy. That's what he always wanted me to do. So I started selling homes about 7.5 years ago when my twin granddaughters were born. I jumped off that ledge of real estate and 100% commission again. And my first 3.5 years, I worked at Keller Williams. I did that because I was so excited. I only had to pay about $46,000 a year, and then I could go 100%. It's great. So after doing that for a few years, I got this Facebook message from some guy called the Japanese Cowboy. I didn't know him. But what he said to me was, if I showed you an innovative real estate idea, would you look at it? Yeah, I'm an open-minded person, so I said yes. It took him 3 months to get me to watch it. He kept following up, this persistent Japanese cowboy. And so I finally watched it, and when I was watching it, it was Rob Flick. And in the background, there was a picture of Brent Gove, and I saw a slide. It was like top producers or icon agents or something. I was like, Brent Gove? So I watched the whole thing through, just it blew my mind. And then I called Brent on the phone. I said, Brent, I had known him when I was really young. I said, Brent, what is this? And he told me what it was, and I had just heard the video, so I had somebody I truly loved and respected in real estate back that whole thing up. And I just texted Chris Okamura, and I said, I'm in all capital letters. So he pushes me 3 months, doesn't know me, to watch a video, and then I say I'm in. I literally switched like the next day. And then I put an email out to some of my fellow KW friends, and I said, I know I've been a happy capper for 3.5 years, but I found something better. If you want to hear about it, come to the Honolulu Hub Thursday at 10 a.m. And Brent came over and did a little presentation, and 12 of the 14 people that showed up signed up, and basically EXP in Hawaii was born right there that day. It was so great. So basically, now I want to tell you, how did I build my business in EXP? That's kind of how I got to EXP. I feel like my golden ticket was basically the fact that my whole career I spent trying to figure out how to make realtors happy. That's what lenders and title people do, in case y'all don't know that. We really work hard to figure out who these realtors are and what makes them tick. So I kind of had that as a background. Not to mention I was raised by realtors. It's almost as bad as raised by wolves, huh? But I always think to attract is to captivate or fascinate. Okay, that's what it is. To recruit is to pursue. And I know we have some great recruiters out there. You've seen these numbers, 10,000 people in their group. And I am more of an attractor. So this is a little different speech than some of the ones you've heard. But I'll just tell you how I do it, okay? Some this will resonate with, and some will just be able to go much faster than me. So real quickly, I kind of use the word aloha because I want to do attracting aloha style. So I did attentiveness and awareness for the A. You want to listen. This all has to do with the other agent you're working with on a transaction, listening to them, going over and above to help them, and then also that will obviously equal attracting more agents, okay? So in my little circle of what I do every single time I have a transaction, I start out looking for my husband, Philip Duncan. Some of you know him. He always says, what did he say? Adversity equals opportunity. So I always think when I'm in the middle of a transaction and I'm starting out and something goes wrong, like, I don't know, electrical outlets, smoke detectors, all the things, okay? I usually am looking for that opportunity to tell the other agent, hey, don't you worry about it. I'll just get my electrician to go over there and take care of it. It really gets the playing field with the other agent on a great level right off the bat, that they know I'm willing to say, and I often say to them, look, let's make this easy for our clients. I'll just take care of it. Let me just take care of it. As much as you can, I do try to do that. Even when it comes to showings. If I'm asking for the showing, I will let them know, hey, I'll go early, I'll turn the lights on, I'll go get there before my client and get it ready. I know that sounds crazy, but I do this stuff. I also, if they want to show and they're asking me for a showing and they're having a hard time getting times with their client to work, I say, hey, whatever works for your client, let me know. I'll meet your client there if you'd like. I also really believe in listening to them. If I hear them say, oh, I have to go pick up my kids from school, then I'll meet you. How old are your kids? If I hear the dog barking in the background, I'll say, what kind of dog do you have? Try to connect with the fellow realtor just like you normally connect with your clients. but work that hard when you're on a transaction, because if you went out there and started bugging another realtor 45 times in 45 days, they would think you're a freak. But if you're in escrow with them, then use that. Use that to do everything you can to connect with that other agent. Awareness, I talk about awareness. If there's a sign that comes up in your neighborhood, somebody else has a listing in your neighborhood, I like to call that other agent and say, hey, congratulations, you just listed a house on my street. I just want to let you know that I'm right here. If there's a light that gets left on or you need to let an inspector in and you need help, please don't hesitate to call me. So constantly coming from contribution with other agents. Even fixing signs. Keep zip ties in your car, fix a sign, send it to the agent, say, hey, sign was coming down, I got you. Social media, always connect with that other agent on social media when you're in a transaction. I love to give a gift to the other agent. And I don't mean a Starbucks card and a thank you note. I get a lot of those. I want to do something more than that. So I like to then stalk them on Facebook and social media. And, if they like to surf, then I'm going to get them some surf wax and a portable car shower. I want to do things that have to do with them personally when I give those gifts. Flowers are good because I don't know why, but we like to know who the flowers are for and who they're from when we see them in an office setting. So another great thing to send out to the other agent. Now that you've done all of that, it's really easy to get an appointment with that agent that you just worked with, right? I mean, it's so easy. So I just recently was on an appointment last week, and I had asked the other agent at the end of doing all the things, just dropping sugar for 45 days, at the end of that, I said, hey, Daniel, you want to get together and meet for coffee? Let's network and see how we can help each other. He's like, man, I would love to. I've never worked with a realtor who was better to work with. And that's usually, if you've done all these things, it's not hard to be extraordinary. And so then we went to coffee, and I am not waiting for an opportunity to throw up EXP. I am waiting for another opportunity to contribute. So he was talking about his challenges. He goes, I've been a realtor for only 4 years. He goes, I have my own brokerage firm and I have 13 agents. He goes, and I'm the smartest guy in the room. How scary is that? Yeah, scary, huh? So I said, Daniel, I think I can help you. I said, the company I work for has this, I didn't even say EXP. I said, the company I work for has this cloud, and there's all this great training. Let me get you a guest pass. So I got him a guest pass. I sent him some classes I thought might be really helpful for his entire office. As it turns out, he gives me a call, and he says, Shireen, I just want you to know, I have been prospected, or people have tried to recruit me twice with EXP, and they came at me like recruiters, and he goes, you never even asked me, you never mentioned EXP, and I just want you to know that if I come to EXP, I'm coming in with you. And that's what we want to be. We want to be that agent that no matter who talks about it. So my message really today is about attracting agents and really being extraordinary agents. Can you imagine if 60,000 agents across America were dropping sugar 45 days on every escrow? What would the culture of EXP look like? Right? Who wouldn't want to work with an EXP agent? And so what else do I have anyway? Oh, I was going to say, I didn't know how much time I have, but I have plenty to say. Looking to the future, I talk about, right now, that's my daughter and I had a video to show, but I don't see it, so it's all good. Right there, that's my daughter and I have a lot of family. In fact, when I moved to Hawaii, I was single and I went by myself, and now I've got all my adult kids, grandkids now. My daughter, too, they got married there, and now my husband finally came and joined me. I waited for him a long time. He's in Tahoe. So now I am married. I've been single every time I've ever seen you people. But looking to the future, I'm excited. One day I will be able to step back. Right now, I'll just give you a quick story about what's happening. My rev share check is usually between $20,000 and $25,000 a month. It's fine. in Hawaii, a half a gallon of milk is $8. So I kind of have to keep working a little bit. But I will say I've been so fortunate. You know, we just found a beautiful home to buy, and I'm so excited. I went back to my stock that I had just done, the 5%, and I wanted to add to my down payment. And I pulled out some of my stock and was able to put an additional $550,000 down on my house. So I wasn't even going to tell you guys that. It wasn't part of my story today. But it's like having parents that just, you know, I sell houses all the time for people. They're like, oh, my parents gave me $500,000 to add to the down payment, you know. It happens all the time there. I don't know. But this is kind of what that was like. It was like a gift, you guys. I didn't do anything to get that. I worked the same amount of years here as I did at KW, and that was just something sitting there. I was able to help me get a house. I mean, they're just a, you know, not a big deal house. It's $2.3 million. And so, I mean, it's just crazy. So anyway, I just want to say I'm so blessed to be in this business, and I really do believe, I mean, I have actually sponsored 35 plus people. So many of those are not FLQAs. I'm working much harder. I got an awesome coach, Randy Bird, that I just hired. And he's really helping me stay focused on these other, he's letting me build it the way I like to build it. And I'm really focusing on finishing up with those appointments. I used to just drip sugar. And now I'm really doing better with setting the appointment at the end, and that is just really working. So just wanted to share with you it works. And by the way, Bill Price, I loved his boo-ha, or whatever it was. Booyah, that's what it is. And we have kind of the same thing going on in Hawaii, and I think one of my generals is here. Of course, all the generals show up at these events. One of my generals is here, Dylan. I have no idea where you're at, but Dylan, give him a Hawaii booyah on 1, 2, 3. That's a chee-hoo! Anyway, thank you, everybody.